matched the two teams with the NBA's best record entering January. Allen Iverson was a driving force, scoring 46 points with a dazzling array of shots as the Sixers came out blistering. The Kings staged a furious comeback to force overtime. Peja Stojakovic caught fire. He had a career-high 33. The Kings have 4 more games on their homestand. As they ring in the new year, they've got some resolutions. Get the NBA's best record back and get their Arco winning streak going again. Inside the Sacramento locker room, Kings assistant coach John Wetzel looks to draw up a winning game plan. As for the second time this season, it's the Phoenix Suns and the Sacramento Kings. Here's tonight's Southwest Airlines game preview. Log on for low fares at southwest.com, a symbol of e-freedom. And Happy New Year, everybody. I'm Grant Napier. What a contest here to end the calendar year 2000. The Kings losing in overtime to Philadelphia in one of the most memorable fourth quarters ever played on this floor. But despite the loss, Sacramento still atop the Western Conference. They check in at 20-8. Utah 20-11. You see the Lakers and Blazers 22-10, and the Phoenix Suns at 18-10. And Jerry Reynolds, unlike the Philadelphia game, when you're playing a Pacific Division rival like Phoenix, this is a big ball game for Sacramento.
Well, it certainly is, because it obviously has playoff implications, but really more importantly, it has home court playoff implications, because a win here gives you a much better chance at one of those top 4 spots.
Boy, Saturday, particularly in the fourth quarter, Peja Stojakovic put on quite a show. He caught fire.
Well, he did. He really runs the floor so well. Very underrated with his leg speed in the open floor. John Barry found him there. Now John finds him for a long-range 3. Really, Peja establishing probably more range than any player in the league. Jay Will finds Peja here for another 3. And really, no question, this young guy's on the way to being an all-star.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. A career performance for Peja Stojakovic. He ended up with 33 points, 7 rebounds in 47 minutes of work. Now, Chris Webber did not play very well in that game against Philadelphia because he had the flu. But one thing about Chris, when the Kings lose, he normally bounces back in a big-time fashion.
Well, one thing about it, when you're a big-time player, and Chris Webber clearly is, nobody likes to lose, but the great ones like it even less. And you see the numbers, because C-Webb always comes back strong after losses.
All right, let's talk about the Phoenix Suns, a team riddled by injuries. Now, tonight, no Tom Gugliotta because of a 1-game suspension. They are without Penny Hardaway, and their backcourt has arguably the best point guard in the NBA in Jason Kidd, and he's been playing a lot with the former King, Tony Delk.
Well, Tony Delk has certainly added a lot to this team. Really, he was acquired to be a third guard, but with all the injuries he is starting. But remember, this is a good backcourt, but the reason it is, Jason Kidd. Anybody that plays with Jason Kidd is going to be tough to deal with, because, as you said, Jason Kidd's the premier point guard in the NBA right now.
Well, the Kings have already beaten Phoenix once. They beat them 105-98. The game was not as close as the score indicated. If the Kings win here tonight, then you can do no worse than a 2-2. These are important games because of that tiebreaker advantage at the end of the year.
Well, as you know, with this Western race is so close, obviously the tiebreaker is going to come into play here somewhere, whether it's the Kings, Suns, somebody, but it's going to come into play.
All right, Jerry, that is your Southwest Airlines game preview. Log on for low fares at southwest.com, a symbol of e-freedom. Kings and Suns straight ahead on Fox Sports Net, a battle of the Jasons. You know this man, the Northern California product kid against Jason Williams. We'll have it for you next here on Fox Sports Net. Insurance Company, you're in good hands. By AutoZone, the right part, the right price, and good advice. By the Folsom Auto Mall, experience the difference for yourself at the Folsom Auto Mall, Highway 50 between the Hazel and Folsom Boulevard exits, or visit us online at folsomautomall.com. And by Southwest Airlines, log on for low fares at southwest.com, a symbol of e-freedom.
Back into the ocean when someone asked, how could you think you're going to make a difference? And as the kid tossed another fish back into the sea, he replied, I made a difference to that one. If any one of us are going to make a difference, we first must believe that we can. Team up to improve your community.
Back here at Arco, Kings and the Suns, we get you to tonight's Pepsi Challenge key matchup. Pepsi, a proud partner of the Sacramento Kings. Experience the joy of Cole, and for that we go to Jim Kozimor. Coz?
Grant, thanks very much. Happy New Year to everyone out there as the Kings get ready to take on the Phoenix Suns. And the matchup I want you to watch very closely tonight, I think they're the two best young small forwards in the game. Peja Stojakovic of the Kings, Sean Marion of the Phoenix Suns. You take a look at the last meeting between these two ball clubs, you see that Sean Marion, numbers-wise, got the best of the deal. He had the double-double with 17 and 10. Peja a little underwhelmed with 10 points, but the Kings got the victory. They do things differently. Marion, a slasher, gets to the basket, a very good rebounder. Peja outside, but he can't put it on the floor and go to the basket. Who wins this matchup tonight? Very well. Could give you an idea as to who could win the ball game tonight. Grant and Jerry, back to you as the lights go down.
All right, and we get you to tonight's Folsom Lake Forward keys to the ball game. And Jerry, what do the Kings have to do to get back into the win column?
Well, when you talk about winning, number one thing you got to do is rebound. And for this team to play the Suns, rebound and run. Get some easy baskets. Number two, attack the inside. Suns do not have a shot blocker. Go inside or create some foul problems. And number three, transition defense, because, hey, they're playing Jason Kidd. He's going to push it up the floor.
All right, that's Highway 50 at the Folsom Exit under the flag. Well, Bobby Jackson's been playing a lot lately. I spoke to him before the game, and the first thing I asked him is if he's caught his breath yet after that sparkling performance against Philadelphia, guarding Allen Iverson.
Yeah, I have. I mean, it was an exciting game, and I mean, it went down to the wire, and we didn't play too well. And so, I mean, we got to come back tonight, focused and ready to play type of basketball the Kings are usually playing.
Allen Iverson, can he be guarded? That's the big debate today in Sacramento. It looked like he was unguardable on Saturday. Is there a more difficult point guard to guard in the NBA than Allen Iverson?
I mean, it just depends. I mean, he was making some tough shots, and he was feeling it. And I think I did a pretty good job in the fourth quarter. But, I mean, when you let a guy get going like that and making tough shots, I mean, he feels that he can make it from anywhere, and that's how he was doing. That's what he was doing. And so probably the hardest person to guard off the ball and on the ball, because he's so quick and he knows how to create his own shot. So he's a beast to be reckoned with. I mean, he came in here and did his job.
Well, Rick Adelman's been calling on you a lot in the fourth quarter, and I'm sure that suits you just fine.
Yeah, it does. I mean, regardless if I'm out there or I'm not, I'm a go-getter. I'm going to play my ball. I'm going to play the way I'm capable of playing. And they know that I'm going to take the game serious, and I'm going to go out there and play with all out.
Big game tonight. The Phoenix Suns, certainly 10 losses. You all check in 20 up and 8 down, trying to get back on the winning track against a Pacific Division rival.
Yeah, we are. I mean, it's gonna be an exciting game like the game was against Philly. But we just got to make shots and we got to play defense. I think the most important thing is getting out and rebounding the ball because we've been getting killed on the offensive board. So I think that's going to be our main concern tonight. I think the word is out that everybody knows that we haven't been rebounding the ball extremely well. So I think we got to attack that part of the game. Everything else is fine.
And we look at the Phoenix Suns starting lineup up front. Cliff Robinson, Sean Marion. Now, Chris Dudley has just been replaced moments ago by Rodney Rogers. So Rogers will join Marion and Robinson up front. And the backcourt that we talked about during the Open, Jason Kidd and Tony Delk. Scott Skiles, second full season with the ball club, and you see 58 and 32. Sacramento will counter tonight with Vlade Divac in the pivot, Chris Webber, Peja Stojakovic at the forwards, and the backcourt of Jason Williams and Doug Christie. And Rick Adelman knows that his team will have to rebound better than it did on Saturday to beat the Phoenix Suns. Very impressive record in his third year with Sacramento. And Chris Webber, I spoke to him moments ago. He said he's feeling much better. He's ready to go. We showed you that he likes to bounce back in a big-time way after a Sacramento loss, and I expect for him to have a big ball game. There's the former King, Tony Delk, 8th start now as a counterpart to Jason Kidd in the backcourt. Well, the Kings won the only meeting thus far, but it was last year. Man, I'll tell you that the Suns dominated. You see, the Kings won the season series once in the last 13 years, and I was in the abbreviated 50-game season 2 seasons ago. Steve Javi, Ron Alisiak, Benny Adams, so a veteran officiating crew led by Javi. And when you have Steve Javi on the floor, you have to know when to back off. He's not afraid to go to the technical foul.
Well, and as you said, a top-flight crew, so basically the teams will decide who wins this ballgame.
Interesting that Rodney Rogers is getting the start at center tonight, Jerry. He's been bothered by back spasms. He moves into the middle. Why do you think Scott Skiles goes with Rogers in the paint?
Well, I think really just a matter because Rodney's a better offensive player by far than Dudley and creates matchup problems. You see Sean Marion, Rodney Rogers, Cliff Robinson, all players that can play facing up or inside in the low post. So a lot of matchup problems for the Kings.
Divac did not play well Saturday against Philadelphia. And it's Rogers getting the stop there. Phoenix with a record of 18-10. They are 6-6 on the road. They're coming off a 6-point win Saturday against Toronto. On that homestand, they got blown out by the Lakers, 115-78. They also lost to the Detroit Pistons, 89-84. This is a very much Jekyll and Hyde Phoenix Suns team. Some nights they are very good, other nights they are very bad. And that is a horrible shot by Robinson.
Well, and that's one of the reasons they are a perimeter shooting team. They don't have a consistent low post game, and so when those jump shots aren't going in, they struggle. And it's always good to see Chris Webber to get that first jumper going because, once he establishes an outside shot, especially early, then it allows him to get to the basket off the dribble and do all those things that he can do as well as any power forward in the game.
Now look at Christie off the block. It comes to Delk with the baseline pop, and Tony Delk puts Phoenix back on top.
Well, just a marvelous defensive play. Doug Christie got a hand in there on top of Sean Marion's ball. Knocked it out of there, but Tony Delk ever ready.
Delk shooting just 40% on the year, but that one, look at that give and go. Jason Williams answers right back, moving without the basketball.
Well, Jason Williams certainly has had career kind of games against the Phoenix Suns, so he's one of the few Kings that maybe has played better against the Suns than just about anybody.
Kidd now dishes to Marion for the 20-foot baseline pop, and Jason Williams able to chase down.
I see the Suns 3 trips down, 3 perimeter shots.
Mismatch as Stojakovic has Kidd on him. That's just good recognition by Sacramento.
Well, it certainly is. It shows you, obviously, this team is becoming more of a veteran team. They recognize things, and clearly there's going to be a mismatch every time down the floor. So it's a matter of recognizing it.
So a good start with 9.5 left opening quarter. The matchup, Christie on Jason Kidd, Jason Williams on Tony Delk. Marion with 2 to shoot. Marion with the shot clock expiring, and it will not fall. Kings look to run. Christie, now a switch. And that ball is off Stojakovic, out of bounds. It will be Phoenix ball.
Get a good look early at the ability of Chris Webber. Watches Tony Delk turn his head, see, and is able to find Jason Williams on that little curl move right off that high post. So Chris Webber showing early all of his skills.
Phoenix just 2 of 6 to open the ball game. Rogers inside the arc. Rodney Rogers not having the type of year that he enjoyed last year with the Phoenix Suns. One big reason why Phoenix was able to sweep the Kings in the season series. Peja had an easier shot, and then he took a tougher shot, 3-on-1, and a travel. So the Suns squander a 3-on-1 opportunity right there.
Yeah, it's one thing with Page. I think he, like you say, had the easier shot. I think Sean Marion really does bother him with his length and quickness. I think Page probably gave him a little more credit than he needed to. The old saying, if you're open, shoot it.
Jason Williams went right around Tony Delk. Knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, Tony really is a good defender, but he probably is a better defender on bigger guards, 2 guards, than he is ones.
Christie, look what I found. And the Kings lead by 4.
Well, if you're hustling and you're around the basket, good things have a tendency to happen.
A 6-0 run for Sacramento. Robinson with the side pop. Rebound Stojakovic.
As you see, I mean, the Suns have not got anything inside of 15, 18 foot yet.
And Robinson with a grab foul. And you also got to like the fact Doug Christie guarding Jason Kidd is making life miserable for him.
He sure is. And watch Doug Christie hustle here. Chris Webber shots partially blocked, but there's Doug Christie going for the ball. You saw him out of the corner of your eye going for the rebound before there was a rebound.
I mean, I know we've only played 4 minutes, but Jason Kidd has nothing but zeros on a scoring line. Christie to Divac on a nice pass. And Sacramento goes up by 6.
And Doug Christie has really just ran by Jason Kidd on about 3 occasions already, which is a little unusual.
Now it's Delk off a Rodney Rogers screen. Marion. Oh, what athleticism by Sean Marion. The young legs, Jerry, and the quick burst of acceleration.
Well, he's as good athlete as there is in the NBA today.
And the Kings with a careless pass. Christie to Stojakovic, and the second Sacramento turnover.
And that's one of the reasons, like with Sean Marion or any of these Suns, that's why you wanted to keep them on the perimeter. You don't have to take chances. Keep them in front of you, make them shoot perimeter jump shots.
Yeah, that's a good point. Don't overplay these guys. And there's Jason Kidd from the outside, his first basket. So the Suns with 4 straight points. They pulled it within 2. Peja with the pull-up. Yes.
And that's a way to nullify that quickness of Sean Marion. Just shoot it while he's still on the floor.
And an offensive foul underneath on Robinson, and that is going to be his second personal foul. Cliff Robinson, the veteran, and he is going to have to go to the seat, and now we'll get a look at Chris Dudley.
Well, there's no way this move makes the Suns better, but watch Cliff Robinson, a little bit of a push on Chris Webber as he established position.
Boy, I don't know about that.
Well, you know what they're looking for there. The defender had the position first, and he's entitled to it, and so it's the right call. It's just you like to see it made every time. And
pushed out of bounds was Divac. So the Kings, Jerry, I like what they're doing here in the first quarter. They're attacking the basket.
Yes, they are. I mean, they know there's not a shot blocker on the floor, so there is no fear. Go to the basket, draw some purple shirts to you, find the open men, and that's what they're doing.
Divac slapped away by Marion. So the double team pays off, and now the Suns 4-on-4. This is where Jason Kidd is the most dangerous in transition, but nice job by Jason Williams to stop him off at the pass.
A good transition defense, not only by Jason Williams, but by the entire Kings team.
Rogers, no. And it's out of bounds to Sacramento.
Because when you get Jason Kidd in the open floor, you have got to get back, get in front of the ball, stop the ball, and fill the basket.
Scott Skiles looking at his ball club down by 4, but a quick shot, no, and Tony Delk starts the break for Phoenix. There's Marion. And finally Divac with the rebound. Peja, a 3-ball. Good things happen when you rebound the ball. They didn't do it the first time, but Vlade, Jerry, stayed with it, and that's what happens, a quick outlet pass and a wide-open 3.
Well, when the Kings rebound well or rebound equals, they're going to win. I mean, they're so good in the open floor, but you can't get in the open floor if you don't rebound.
Rogers ice cold to start the ball game. Rodney Rogers 0 of 3. And look at Marion get back to break that up. Sean Marion and Rodney Rogers getting back on defense, and Tony Delk. And Rogers and Marion is down underneath the Sacramento basket. Sean Marion is down away from the camera. There he is. He is still on the court, and it's thus a 5-on-4. Webber, and now they'll use a 20-second timeout here, or will they? I cannot believe they are not calling a timeout with their man down at the other end of the court. That's unheard of. Tony Delk did not call the 20-second timeout. He does draw the foul. And if the Phoenix Suns were to lose that man, Sean Marion, they would be in dire straits. Timeout, 4:49, first quarter, and the Kings lead by 5. Well, Chris Webber has just been ejected from the ball game. Chris Webber, during the timeout, having to be restrained. And you have to hope that he doesn't get a suspension in addition to this for not leaving the court in an orderly fashion, which is a distinct possibility. We'll get more to that in a moment, but let's check in with Jim Kozimor. Coz?
Grant, thanks very much. Well, I'll tell you something. If there's one thing that's going to get this Kings team back on the floor and going, it's these great fans. I'm here on the second deck. And you know, Sports Illustrated in their year-end double issue, they named Kings fans the loudest and most loyal of all time. A lot of people who have been following the Kings know that for sure. But you know, Joe Maloof, you got to be happy with the great support of this team.
Oh, it's a tribute to our fans. countless fans in the NBA. It's obvious right now, as you can see, but Gavin and I and the family want to take this time to thank all the fans for the support they've given this team.
Well, I'll tell you, it's probably an unfortunate situation that no Chris Webber the rest of the game, but you know these fans are going to rally behind this team, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, they'll rally. They're upset now, and I guarantee we're going to win this game.
There you go. Sounds good. Now get down there and enjoy it. We're going to be up there having a good time. There you have it. Thanks, Joe. Let's go back to Grant and Jerry.
Well, I'll tell you, Rick Adelman and the Kings have just gotten to delay a game, and now they call a timeout. The fireworks have started here at Arco. Chris Webber tossed, and I'll tell you something. Benny Adams gave him a technical, and then Chris Webber could not believe it, and he got another technical. Chris did not realize for about 30 seconds that he had been tossed out of the game. Well, Jerry Reynolds, 4:49 left in the first, and Rick Adelman and the Kings call a timeout. Wow. We'll come back. A fiery start to this one here on Fox Sports Net.
Name some things you...
Well, the technical fouls, 2 of them called. Here's Kidd. And Jason Kidd with another opportunity. Boy, what a turn of events early on in this basketball game.
Well, yeah, you see Sean Marion, one of the key players for the Suns, go down with injury, and then Chris Webber.
Here it is. Now watch. Chris gets a technical. There it is. He didn't realize that he had been tossed out of the game. Lawrence Funderburk walks him over to the bench. He still does not realize he's been tossed out of the game. And right about now, Chris realizes that he's been ejected as the PA announcer made the call. Tony Delk with the free throw, and boy, I'll tell you, that is unbelievable. Rick Adelman came over. He had to get Chris away. Lawrence Funderburk trying to restrain Chris.
As you say, I mean, he had no idea that second technical was called, and he felt he was walking away, did not realize the second call. But of course, that's an ejection. Boy, this game has changed dramatically.
Well, we have to also try to figure out what's going on with Sean Marion, who, of course, was on the floor for a long time, an illegal defense called, but that turns into a 4-point play for Phoenix. The free throws off the technicals. There's Marion. It looks like he banged his shoulder. So now the Kings have Lawrence Funderburk in with Divac, Stojakovic, Williams, and Christie.
Well, it certainly means Lawrence Funderburk, some other members of the Kings have got to step up. And of course, Vlade Divac is a guy who's been doing that for years.
So Chris Webber in the Sacramento locker room, and he is done for the night. Rodney Rogers has been awful here in the first quarter offensively. Sacramento basketball.
Now watch Sean Marion as he's going for a loose ball, really out of control, hustling play, but runs into Rodney Rogers and falls right on that shoulder, and obviously took a hard fall, bruised the shoulder. Hard to say just exactly how bad that is, but I'm sure it looks like he'll be back in the game maybe later.
Corey Blunt, along with Paul McPherson into the ball game. Suns are going to apply some pressure. Christie may have just gotten away with a travel in the backcourt. Boy, you don't see guys like Chris Webber get kicked out of the game in the first quarter very often. And Funderburk with a strong move. I'll tell you one thing, Lawrence Funderburk, he is fired up coming into this ball game in the first quarter. That was a strong move to the basket.
Well, Lawrence Funderburk is a guy who has a lot of confidence in himself. Here takes a little pass off from Doug Christie, going hard at the basket, draws that foul from Rodney Rogers. But Lawrence Funderburk has a lot of confidence in his offensive ability, and he should. Hey, the guy can score points.
Well, the McDonald's Family Nights with the Kings are back. Each McDonald's Family Pack includes 4 Sacramento Kings tickets, 4 McDonald's Extra Value meals, and an official size basketball, all for one low price. Starting tomorrow, these family packs will be available at the Arco Arena box office only. At McDonald's, we love to see you smile. 4 minutes left, first quarter, and Sacramento on top. Kidd, Jason Kidd. He's got 6 points, 2 of 3 forward, 2 of 2 line. 18-16. The scoreboard, Jerry, in front of us, not operating, so we'll hopefully keep track of it right there on Fox Sports Net. You see the foul called on Blunt, his first. Just the second team foul.
Well, Kings definitely want to go inside to Vlade Divac as much as they can now. Without Chris Webber on the floor, got Corey Blunt defending him. He's really a power forward, so the Kings know they have an advantage here.
Divac putting the book and sends him to the line. Oh, boy. Vlade Divac. And he'll look for the three-point play.
Well, that's the thing the Kings have got to keep in mind. They've got some mismatch to take advantage of. And here's Vlade against Corey Blunt, who's about 6'10", 250. Not nearly big enough to keep Vlade from getting the spots he wants.
Well, Vlade Divac and the Kings lead by 5. From 17, Rodney Rogers finally connects. He's just 1 of 5.
Yeah, Rodney's not going to miss those kind of shots, regardless how much he's struggling.
21-18. I'll tell you, Divac set pace up perfectly.
Well, Vlade Divac, you know, he's been playing in big games for a lot of years, and certainly he knows without Chris Webber, he's got to do more. He's doing more.
Delk got free underneath. And Funderburk fouled him, and they didn't call it.
Yeah, that was definitely an obvious foul, no call, much like the foul on Chris Webber that wasn't called.
Tony Delk has 8, and the rebound taken by the Suns, Corey Blunt. 23-20 is Sacramento. Rogers. From 17, it's Christie, and Rogers with the rebound.
Well, Kings getting good shots in the open court, but you really don't want to forget Vlade Divac.
And McPherson to make it a 1-point game.
Rick Alleman calling a play, really, I think, to get the ball here again to Vlade.
And McPherson fouling Doug Christie. And so free throws upcoming here. Well, with Lawrence Funderburk coming into the ball game, and Scott Pollard not, this type of team not suited as much for Scott Pollard's game. We may not see him play a lot of minutes.
Might not, you know, other than backing up Vlade Divac. I think he'll play strictly at the center position. Really not much at the 4 tonight because of the small, quick players on the Suns.
Well, you see the All-Star balloting, and you can visit Kings.com. And hey, Chris Webber's just 800 votes away from starting in the All-Star game, so get on there. That's right. C. Webb needs your vote, and he deserves your vote. 25-22. 2 minutes left. Funderburk and the Kings able to steal. Kings with numbers, a 3-on-1 developing. Christie, oh, Kidd got his hand on it. Nice play by Jason Kidd. Williams has an opening. Divac! Vlade Divac! Vlade Divac doing it all here in the first quarter.
Jason Williams gets a good look but misses. Here's Vlade Divac, gets his hands on it, takes it right to the rack, draws the fouls, knows he's the biggest guy in the valley, making them pay. Taking it right up into Rodney Rogers, draws a foul. And Vlade Divac has definitely become putting up Chris Webber-like numbers here in the first quarter.
2 fouls on Rogers, 2 fouls on Robinson, 2 fouls on Blunt. So already the big man for Phoenix in foul trouble.
And that's what you got to do. I mean, as we talked about at the start of this game, go inside, go inside, go inside. You can always kick the ball out, but take it in there first.
Santiago, he hits 28-24.
Santiago, a much improved player as a rookie, getting some time and taking advantage of it.
Sakalitas also into the ball game. Stojakovic. Oh, and he missed the layup, but Funderburk there to recover. Williams from downtown.
Yeah, with Sakalitas and Santiago, now you may see a Scott Pollard come in the game because he certainly is a quicker athlete than either one of these guys.
Funderburk with the rebound. Kings break out, leading by 4. Christie against the big fella. Kings bench thought he was hammered. No whistle. And Tony Delk, he has a double-figure first quarter with 10.
Well, definitely officials letting these teams play. Both coaches very upset on several no-call situations.
2 points, Sacramento lead. Asia. Divac. And Vlade Divac again will go to the free throw line.
And Vlade Divac probably got by with a little push in the back of Cyclidis, but that's the veteran taking advantage of the rookie, and is going to turn it into points.
Well, the Kings playing without Chris Webber. He ejected in the first quarter. And right now they're looking to go up by 4 if Vlade Divac can hit his free throws. Vlade right now with 11 points. He's 4 of 5, 3 of 3 from the line. 4 rebounds already for Vlade Divac, and he had no rebounds against Philadelphia on Saturday. So Vlade has come and he is ready to go tonight. Misses the second, and the shot clock off.
The Suns will go for one. They like to spread the floor, let Jason Kidd penetrate, make a play to get the last shot.
Santiago. And the putback no. And that'll do it. The first quarter comes to a close. Fireworks here for the new year. Stojakovic with 9. Marion injuring his shoulder. But the story, Vlade Divac, the 11 points, Kings lead. Well, the Kings lead it by 3 as we get ready to start the second. And Vlade Divac with a huge first quarter. Vlade Divac and the Kings putting up the numbers. And that gets us to tonight's In the Zone. It's brought to you by AutoZone. The right part, the right price, and good advice. Vlade, 11 points, 4 rebounds.
Well, Vlade is in the zone and no question needs to stay in the zone. Certainly for this team tonight to have a good chance to win the ball game.
Well, the one thing you want to do when you play Phoenix is lead at the end of the first quarter. They are 10-2 when they lead after 1. That is not the case tonight. 13 on the shot clock. Let's set the lineups for you. Now they change the call. Bobby Jackson, John Barry, Pollard, Funderburk, and Stojakovic. For the Suns, Jason Kidd stays in the ball game with McPherson, Santiago, Cyclidis, and Robinson.
Definitely Scott Skiles going with a very big lineup here, maybe trying to get some matchups inside, but probably very rarely does you see that play at 2 centers at the same time.
Bobby Jackson been playing very well for Sacramento. Peja gets by Robinson.
Boy, just a gorgeous move by Peja. Got to the baseline, saw Cyclidis, the 7'1" rookie coming at him, just a little teardrop over the top.
By the way, Sean Marion hopeful of returning. He bruised his shoulder. It's his left shoulder, and it will go to Sacramento. The Phoenix turnover there for it.
Now watch this move by Peja. Gets Cliff Robinson off balance, gets past him, shoulders past him, sees the big guy coming. Watch that, just perfect timing up over the top.
Funderburk, and he was pushed and fouled.
One thing we're seeing with Lawrence, very aggressive. He's trying to make plays when he catches the ball. Here again, knowing that Chris Webber is not available to this team, he's got to put up some numbers, and he knows it.
Cyclidis with the foul. Jason Kidd getting his first breather, and the veteran Elliot Perry into the Phoenix lineup. Boy, he's played on a lot of ball clubs.
Really has had his best years right here in Phoenix. Maybe that's why they got him back. But John Barry comes in, shooting the basketball, and boy, when John gets started well, and he's been playing so well, I think, this last few weeks, as well as anybody on the team.
33-26. Perry from 18. 33-28.
Yeah, Elliot Perry goes back to the Charles Barkley Suns.
That's right. Peja, yes. Stojakovic has 14 points.
Well, Peja is measured in. And he wants the ball. He feels like he can score every time he touches it right now, and maybe can.
And Pollard had the position in front of Cyclidis, and now it's Jackson. Nice job of boxing out by Pollard. Jackson loves this shot, and you can see why.
Well, the thing about Bobby Jackson, even though he's 5'11", 6 foot, he's very strong. He likes to draw the contact, just as you saw in that move. He's strong enough to go ahead and finish the play.
10-point Sacramento lead, their largest of the ball game. Jackson the double. Pollard got a hand on it. A 3-on-1. Look out! Bobby Jackson and the Kings are flying here in the first half. Sacramento leading by 12 here on Fox Sports Net. There's the story here in the second quarter. Kings on a 7-0 run. Let's see what Jim Kozemore's up to. Coach?
Well, guys, I'm just working on my game. That's right. Me, Jim Kozemore, here inside the brand new Sacramento Kings and Monarchs practice facility. The Maloof family put $9.1 million into this thing, and get a look at it. It is spectacular. 2 full-size basketball floors, one with the Kings logo, the other one has the Monarchs logo. This place is the only one built throughout the league for both the men's and the women's team. So there's so much here that we'll eventually get to show you guys. But mainly, I wanted to get in here and just to work on my game. So as we send it back inside at Arco, let's see if I can finish it off. Yes! I think this place is a keeper, guys.
All right, Peja Stojakovic, he'll be making many baskets in that facility. 14 points, 6 of 10 floor, and he has hit 2 3-point field goals.
Well, Page is going to make a lot of baskets inside, outside, wherever they got a basket up.
You see the numbers, 5 of 5. Sacramento Phoenix has only taken 3 shots, so they have hit 1. Robinson, switch of the hands, no, in and out. Jackson straight at Perry. Perry, a wide open 3.
Well, just a nice look by Peja Stojakovic. Had a pretty good shot. Knew John Barry had a better one. Got him the ball. Good basketball.
This is very similar to what happened in the first meeting of the year when the Kings broke open the game early against the Phoenix Suns. Suns came back with a surge in the 4th, but it was too little, too late. And the foul. Santiago will go to the line as Jason Kidd and Tony Delk will re-enter the ball game.
Well, here you see John Barry just setting on that 3-point line, had a wide open look. Obviously, the defense did not pick him up. Peja found him. But really, that's one of those baskets that's almost set up by the push of Bobby Jackson, because he put pressure on the defense, really had all the Suns backed into the paint.
Well, you can get your Monarchs season tickets. That's right. The best women's basketball players in the world right here at Arco Arena. Call 916-419-WNBA tomorrow to place your deposit on Monarchs season tickets.
And several of the very best in the world play for the Monarchs.
43-29.
Well, Suns really are in a spot here. They've got to get these Kings stopped, and of course the Kings know they're doing some good things and want to continue to do that.
Turkoglu carried the basketball. Turnover. You saw that Sean Marion back into the ball game. Marion took the spill that led to the Chris Webber ejection. Webber thought he was fouled and argued at the other end of the court. We can only presume that's what he was arguing about. Kidd. Jason Kidd gets to the basket. 43-31.
One thing we know with Jason Kidd on the floor, no game is out of reach. We saw that the first time these teams met. The Kings got a 20-point lead or so, but the Suns came back to cut it to 6 right down the stretch.
Jackson. Pollard with the big rebound. Oh, what a shuffle pass to Jackson.
Oh, what a great pass to Bobby Jackson, who made even a more spectacular shot.
Sacramento shooting 60% for the ball game. 7:45 left in the half. And a Sacramento foul. That one on Bobby Jackson. Hey, the next time the Kings win at home, be sure and save your ticket stub. Look at this pass, by the way, from Pollard to Bobby Jackson. And look at the way he climbs the ladder here. But, folks, when you save that ticket stub after the Kings win here at Arco, it's with a free Carl's Jr. Western Bacon Cheeseburger with a large beverage purchase. Carl's Jr., without us, some guys would starve. And now you see the Suns, Jerry, trying to get down close, and John Barry picks up the foul.
Well, here you see just really Pollard and Barry kind of getting in each other's way a little bit. Not getting possession of the ball. Tony Delk does get it.
Tony Delk playing very well. I spoke to some members of the Phoenix organization before the ball game. They said Tony has not been playing well, either offensively or defensively as of late.
Well, I think, it's probably a little bit due to the fact that he's playing so much really at 2 guard, number 1, and really so many minutes, number 2, because he really is more efficient as a 3rd guard type to come in off the bench and play, which is the way why they acquired him, to play with Penny Hardaway and with Jason Kidd, obviously. No Hardaway, so he's playing a lot of 2 guard.
Yep. Well, he leads the Suns in scoring at the moment with 12. 45-33. Now a switch. Jackson draws the double team. Nice entry pass. What an entry pass.
Well, it didn't look like Bobby Jackson had a place to put that basketball, but just dropped it into Scott Pollard, who had his man sealed. Now watch this. A little drop-off pass. Scott Pollard has great position. Just a nice little seal by Pollard, who's able to take it to the basket, use that left hand, which he does more and more.
And now Santiago with 2 fouls. Corey Blunt in. Well, 4 Phoenix Suns with 2 fouls apiece. Blunt, Santiago, Robinson, Rogers with 7:24 left here in the first half.
And that's why you want to keep pounding that ball inside. They're all fouls. This is a thin Suns team up front. Make it thinner.
48-33. Pollard, 3 points, 3 rebounds. Robinson stops from the foul line. And the Kings look to run. And that's broken up by Blunt. Kings have 20 seconds to get the shot off.
Like the Kings' effort on the boards, it's one and done for the Suns. Out rebounding the Suns by 4 thus far.
Hito looking, has to hurry.
Yeah, that was close.
It was.
Hito got a little selective there.
Pollard muscles his way in and does not get the roll. Rebound Marion.
Marion doesn't just rebound him, he snatches them out of the air.
And Kohler with a hand check foul. 3rd team foul. Make that the 4th team foul on Sacramento. Oh, Robinson got free underneath. Oh, he missed it. Suns have had a couple roll off the iron from point-blank range here in the first half. Jackson, see you later. And now Robinson off the recovery. He beat Kidd, trying to beat Robinson, and Robinson with the long reach knocked it out of bounds.
Well, here's a nice move by Bobby Jackson, but Cliff Robinson says, Bobby, see you later.
And Jason Kidd knocks it out of bounds. 12 to shoot.
And one thing with Jason Kidd, you really don't want to challenge him too much defensively. Play away from him as much as you can.
And a travel call on Thunderbird. Oh, they're going to call a foul. Benny Adams calling the foul, whereas Ron Olesiak was getting ready to call steps.
Well, certainly from this angle, looked like that Lawrence Thunderbird did travel.
That's
like
3rd foul, Jerry, Cliff Robinson.
And here's a look at it. There, in fact, as he traveled before he ever put the ball down. Yeah, that really, King's very fortunate there. I think Lawrence traveled twice.
Boy, Robinson with 3 fouls has to come out. He can't believe that call, and the replay backs it up. Funderburg, not there. Rebound Blunt.
And that's his spot. Lawrence loves that 18-footer right off the top of the key.
Tony Delk. If you're just joining us, Chris Webber was ejected from the ball game in the first quarter for arguing with Benny Adams. Funderburg, 17 feet away.
Well, you can't give Lawrence Funderburg those shots. Missed almost the same spot the last trip. Bobby Jackson knew if you can get Lawrence open there, he's going to make him. Got him the ball.
Points, Sacramento lead. Funderburg off the Tony Delk miss. Barry turns the corner on Delk. And a setup to Funderburg off Lawrence's hands, out of bounds. But the Kings lead by 15 here in the first half. 5:24 left. Experience the difference at Folsom Automall, the official Automall partner of the Sacramento Kings. Well, the Regional Sports Report is on the air tonight and every night at 11. Get a half hour's worth of the day in sports. Bay Area style. Join the game tonight at 11 for the Regional Sports Report only on Fox Sports Net. Well, the Kings playing without Chris Webber in the locker room after being ejected, leading by 15.
Well, you got to give a lot of credit to the coaching staff. Really brought in Lawrence Thunderbird right away. Small lineup early. Now went kind of with a little bit bigger one.
Pollard knocked it away. Rodney Rogers with the basket. Rodney only 3 of 8, but that makes it 50-37.
Suns, very explosive team, so they're not really concerned this game is over at all, and the Kings can't feel that way either.
Berry and a whistle before the shot. And Scott Pollard with a foul. Offensive foul on Pollard. Second foul on Pollard. Vlade Divac coming into the ball game. And Lawrence Thunderbird will check out. Vlade Divac had a huge first quarter with 11 points and 4 rebounds. Thunderbird leads with 3 points and 3 boards.
And Vlade got a nice rest. Certainly, a team was able to play well even when he wasn't on the floor, so should be ready to put it back up.
Pollard high up for that rebound. Christie will check in at the next whistle along with Stojakovic.
The bench has certainly performed very, very well.
Divac cannot hang on, and the Kings turn it over for the 9th time. But the one area that Rick Adams is probably not happy with in the first half, the 9 turnovers.
No, you're right. Especially there's been about 3 or 4 just totally unforced turnovers, as was the last one. Scott Pollard knows that that's not the pass he wanted to make.
Rogers tees up a long 2.
Well, Rodney's got it going now, and we've seen Rodney Rogers has some awfully big games. Excellent outside shooter, nice stroke, so you don't want him to get heated up.
An 11-point Sacramento lead. That's a tough pass for Vlade to handle, and it's an illegal defense.
Yeah, it's one of those that even when he catches it, he's not in position to do anything with it. So I think that's one of those things, well, just take the ball to the other side of the floor and see if you can get something else going. I think sometimes players have their minds made up too much about what they want to do.
Well, that results in a technical. It was the second one of the game. I don't understand, and this is no disrespect at all to Doug Christie, who's a very good free throw shooter, why Pasia's not shooting the technicals anymore.
Well, I think that Doug Christie has the best percentage.
Is that just the way it works, flat out?
Well, no, I think it's up to the individual team, but I think with Doug shooting a better percentage, I think that's just the way they've chosen to go.
Jackson. Bobby Jackson, 52-39.
Well, that was a nice basket by the Kings because the Suns starting to establish a little momentum.
Delk. And a 2-pointer. Well, Tony Delk has 14 in his second return to Arco. Of course, these two teams hooking up December 1st. 52-41. Christie with the step back. Doug Christie with a nice little jumper. 54-41.
Well, both teams making perimeter shots now.
And Divac. Jackson around Blunt. Nice dribbling by Bobby Jackson in the backcourt. And the Kings turn it over for the 10th time. The trailer is Marion.
Well, and when Sean Marion trails a play, he finishes the play. Kings big guys really trying to probably feed each other too much. 2 unforced turnovers.
54-43, and Rick Adelman wants a timeout. 2:32 left here in the second quarter of play. And Doug Christie with a nice little jumper. We'll be right back on Fox Sports Net. Kings basketball brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. Log on for low fares at southwest.com, a symbol of e-freedom. Well, the Kings leading 54-43. Grant Napier, Jerry Reynolds, Jim Kozimor on the sidelines. Stojakovic with 14. And be sure and join us on Friday. The Indiana Pacers are in town. You can watch all the action on UPN 31K Max and the Kings TV network, or listen to the Kings on Sports 1140 KHTK and the Sacramento Kings radio network. Pasia, little baseline stop and pop.
And that really was created by the nice screen. Vlade Divac just stepped out, created a nice little hole to Peja to get to about 12 feet. And, you know, when he gets there, he's going to score.
Chris Webber ejected from the ball game in the first quarter for arguing with the official Benny Adams. Well, Tony Delk is having a big ball game, Jerry. He has 16 points.
Well, he's just scoring on everybody. He was really got it going against Bobby Jackson, keeping it going against Jason Williams.
Peja. Well, talk about keeping it going. Peja Stojakovic has 19.
Well, Peja gets more bird-like all the time. I mean, he is able to catch and shoot the three-pointer as well as anybody I think I've seen since Labor.
4 of 6 are the Kings from beyond the arc. Delk and a foul on Jason Williams.
Now watch how quickly Peja is able to catch and shoot this basketball out deep. Look, he steps back just so effortless. He shoots that ball like it's a free throw.
Well, Delk will go to the line.
I mean, and to watch Peja shoot that shot, you know, you have a tendency to forget how big he is. You know, he's really as tall as Chris Webber. He's over 6'9", 245 pounds. I mean, that's a big lad who can shoot deep.
Well, coming up at the half, we'll check in with the recent holiday caravan, the first half stats and highlights, and we'll talk with Kings assistant coach John Wetzel. Well, Tony Delk, 18 on 6 of 8 from the field, 6 of 6 from the free throw line.
Tony is definitely keeping his son's team alive.
Peja. Mismatch here against Blunt. Vlade Divac will go to the free throw line as Blunt picks up his 3rd foul, and Divac tonight 3 of 4 from the stripe.
Now watch Vlade. See, and he's tough to double Vlade. He can get past Corey Blunt, but if you see guys coming at him a little late because they know if they go at Vlade, he'll find the open man. So that's why you want to get the ball into him. It's also why Vlade needs to start making his free throws.
Yep, 3 fouls as you see on Blunt. Robinson on the bench with 3 fouls. 1 of 2, and the Kings with a 60-point half. Rick Adelman loves to see that because the Kings offense, by their standards, has not really been up to par.
No, it really hasn't, but you're seeing a lot of ball movement tonight. This ball's moved inside, outside, side to side, and that happens. The Kings are good.
Kings by 13 under a minute left, and a foul in the backcourt, and Stojakovic will go to the line. Sean Marion with his first personal foul.
Well, I know Scott Skiles, son's coach, not happy with this. Nice rebound by Peja Stojakovic. Here's Sean Marion really trying to get the steal, kind of a little pullback, but why take a chance back there?
Hey, I want to give my pat on the back to Doug Christie, questioning his technical free throw shooting. I thought he was 81%. Christie's at 85. Peja's got his free throw percentage now up to 80. So that's a big 5 percentage points. And Peja, the bottom line is both guys are going to hit most of their free throws.
Well, those two guys, certainly John Barry, but they're all really top-flight free throw shooters. But Doug Christie's been the best all year.
That's right. And most consistent.
So I'll tell him you apologize.
Yeah, please do. Absolutely. Because I don't do that very often on the air, you know.
I haven't recalled you being wrong since about the spring of '43, wasn't it?
And Peja makes it 62-47. So the lead is back to 15, the largest lead of the game for Sacramento. Tony Delk, oh man. I mean, TD's
Tony
feeling it.
Is feeling it right now. He feels like he can score every time he touches it, and he is.
And a turnover for the Kings with 31 seconds left, and again, not a good story. Turnovers. Oh, that's about the only thing the Kings have not done well here in the first half. They're out rebounding Phoenix. They're out shooting Phoenix. They're obviously on top of the scoreboard, but 11 turnovers. Kid looking for a quick shot. There's a smart point guard. Quick shot, 2-for-1 situation perhaps. Uh-oh. Oh, the Kings got lucky right there. Sean Marion just picks up his second.
Yeah, Scott Skiles not very happy with that. Felt like he had a steal there. That would have been a real momentum breaker right there, no question.
Jerry, one thing about Scott Skiles' Suns team, Kings know this firsthand because they fought back from a big deficit here in the first meeting of the year. They're a team that can score in a hurry, very much like Sacramento.
Well, they're such a competitive team, much like their coach. They're not going to pack it in, and they'll find other guys to join Tony Delk in the second half, and so this game could get very tight. Kings have to continue to play well.
64-51, shot clock off. And the Suns down 13 with the final possession of this first half. You know what? Scott Scott's not happy when he looks on the scoreboard and sees 64 for the other team. And the Kings have time. Stojakovic stops, foot on the line for two. And that will do it with the first half of basketball. And the fans love it. Stojakovic with 23 first half points. Peja Stojakovic's foot on the line. And the Kings take a big lead into the locker room. Through 24 minutes of basketball, you better believe, watch out for the Kings as the fans booed off the court to the far end. Kings by 15 on Fox Sports Net. Basketball is presented by your Northern California Toyota dealers. Sacramento Kings fans, test drive a Toyota today. By Pepsi, proud to be the official soft drink for your Sacramento Kings. Experience the joy of cola. By Carl's Jr. Without us, some guys would starve. And by the Folsom Auto Mall. Experience the difference for yourself at the Folsom Auto Mall. Highway 50 between the Hazel and Folsom Boulevard exits. Or visit us online at folsomautomall.com. Well, the Kings with a season high for points and a half, 66-51 over the Phoenix Suns. Well, we certainly hope you enjoyed the recent holiday, and it's great to see the Kings out and about, including Joe Maloof. We check in now with Jim Kozimor.
The Sacramento Kings organization had a lot to smile about during the holidays with the best record in the NBA. Some other Sacramento residents needed a little holiday cheering up. Kings owner Joe Maloof, Kings president John Thomas, and Slamson headed out on the road for a holiday caravan. First stop was the UC Davis Medical Pediatric Unit.
Here you go. That's for you. Okay? Oh, that's good. How old is he?
13.
How old are you? 13? That's for you. Thank you. Have a Merry Christmas.
So you're officially in the Kings locker room. How's that?
And then here's a little doll for her.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
While Joe and John were handing out gifts, Joe offered the children a chance to come to a future Kings game and sit front row, which some had to think about. During the holidays, many people are concerned about picking out that perfect gift. But to the parents of these children, you couldn't buy this gift in a store. Friendship.
She misses a lot of school, her friends, and to have things like this happen in the hospital is wonderful for her. It really just helps her through the day.
I think it's great that they're here today. Our kids that are here are really sick, and we're so happy that the Kings can come and brighten up their spirits a little bit. This nice visit makes a big difference in their lives, and it makes something terrible for them being in the hospital a little bit better.
It made me feel a lot better, and it made pain go away, so I think it brightened other people's days too.
The caravan moved on down the road to the TLC Soup Kitchen in Del Paso. Joe handed out turkeys, food baskets, and Rayleigh's in Bel Air and McDonald's gift certificates to over 50 families. Without the help from the Kings and TLC, many families may not have had a Christmas dinner.
They wouldn't have had anything. They would have been totally out because we had run out of food and everything. They wouldn't have had anything, and this makes me happy because these large families will have food on their table and I can sleep.
It makes it real special now. It does, for me and my grandchildren, and thank you.
The Kings and the Maloof family firmly believe that Sacramento is an absolutely wonderful community and love to give back to those children and families in need.
It's just important to give back to the community. This community's been so great to the Kings organization and the Maloof family that gives us an opportunity to do something nice for the community and you know, to spread a little Christmas cheer.
The caravan continued to the St. John's Shelter for Women and Children, Loaves and Fishes, Union Gospel Mission, and the Diogenes Youth Services. As Joe Maloof said, Sacramento has been so kind to us since we moved here in 1998. We love this community. For the Sacramento Kings, I'm Jim Kozimor.
That's great, huh? Okay.
Well, the halftime entertainment, that move taught by my broadcast partner, Jerry Reynolds. 66-51. Kings looking good. We'll have a lot more here on Fox Sports Net. The Sacramento Kings official Auto Mall partner is the Folsom Auto Mall. Experience the difference today at the Folsom Auto Mall. Right here in Sacramento, the Kings leading, and it's the first of many games. You see Washington. How about that? They beat Minnesota 115-108 in Washington. Atlanta knocks off Boston. Houston, a road win at Cleveland 100-95. It was New Jersey pouncing Orlando. Milwaukee wins at Chicago easily. San Antonio beats Miami 80-72. Elsewhere in the third, Indiana and Seattle tied, and the Clippers with a big lead on Toronto, 61-49. Our score here, Sacramento 66 and Phoenix 51. And we would like to extend our sympathies to Sonny Van Vliet, who recently passed away, a member of our broadcast crew. He will always be remembered with a man that always seemed to have a smile on his face, and on behalf of all the people here with the Kings broadcasting unit, again, we extend our sympathies to Sonny's family. (66-51), Sacramento leading at the half, and boy, what a first half it was. And again, Happy New Year, Grant Napier courtside with Jerry Reynolds, and fireworks. Chris Webber ejected in the first quarter, but you got to like the way Vlade Divac stepped in and the rest of the guys, and a season high in points with 66.
Well, the Kings certainly had their offense going high gear just about the entire half, and as you said, I thought Vlade Divac was a key to that whole thing, because when Chris Webber was ejected, the Kings went right away to Vlade, and he really produced and got the momentum going. And then as Coach Adelman decided to use his bench, and he used it extremely well, I thought, but each guy came in and was very productive.
All right, we look at the first half highlights, Jerry, for Sacramento.
Well, here's a low light that's a highlight. C. Webb getting ejected early. I think it took him by surprise, that second technical. But, of course, Peja Stojakovic didn't miss a beat. There's a three in transition. Shows the ability to drive the ball, going up over two of the big guys from Phoenix. And here again, just setting on a three. So Peja just had it going inside and outside, made up for a lot of C. Webb's points. Here's John Barry coming off the bench, making a gorgeous little giveaway to Bobby Jackson, who's always hustling and trying to finish the play. Now here's Bobby Jackson coming off a little pick and roll situation, drop-in pass to Scott Pollard with a nice left-handed follow and finish. Peja finds John Barry for an open three, and of course JB is not going to miss those. So the bench mob had it going for the Phoenix Suns. Really, Sean Marion had a spectacular drive and a throwdown early on in the game. And then Tony Delk was really the momentum guy for the Phoenix Suns, hitting an outside shot, able to put the ball on the floor also and get shots. Here shooting one, a jumper over the top of Jason Williams.
Right, Sacramento a blistering 63%. Good numbers all the way around, out rebounding. Well, I think those numbers are incorrect. The Kings are out rebounding Phoenix 23-15. You see the turnovers, about the only sore point in the first half for Sacramento. Good production from their bench. 24 minutes of basketball left with the Kings leading by 15. By your Northern California Toyota dealers. Sacramento Kings fans, test drive a Toyota today. By Pepsi, proud to be the official soft drink for your Sacramento Kings. Experience the joy of cola. And by Folsom Lake Ford and Folsom Lake Toyota. No matter where you are, no matter what you do, you see them everywhere. Highway 50 at the Folsom exit under the flag. Well, the Kings enjoying the halftime lead of 66-51. 24 minutes of basketball remaining here from Arco Arena. Sacramento with the very impressive 62% from the field in that first half, and playing without Chris Webber. 24 minutes left before the Indiana Pacers come to town on Friday. And how about Peja Stojakovic at a career-high 33 on Saturday, 23 here in the first half. 9 of 13 for Peja Stojakovic. Let's check in with Jim Kozimor. Coz?
All right, Grant, thanks very much. Quite a first half of the Sacramento Kings. John Wetzel, everything seemed to be going right after Chris got ejected.
Well, we did. We got some transition baskets. We really shot a high percentage. Pagey was terrific the first half. Our ball movement was good. The thing that we did, we turned the ball over too much. I think we had 11 turnovers. About 4 of those were trying to throw the ball inside against their fronting of the post. We eliminate those things, and we really could have been very, very comfortably ahead.
15-point lead. What do you focus on now?
Well, we know they're going to make a run. They're very athletic, and we're probably going to see them go small at some point in the third quarter.
All right, John, good luck second half. There you have it, John Wetzel, everybody. Let's go back to Grant and Jerry.
All right, thank you very much, Coz. And we're underway with the Kings up by 15. Glad to have you with us here on Fox Sports Net. An outstanding first half for the Kings. Looking to add on, Stojakovic has been unstoppable.
And still is. Boy, Sean Marion was right in his face. Made Page to take a tough shot, but he has got it zeroed in.
Kings now with their largest lead of the ball game. Robinson, Delk, Tony Delk off the hesitation. Boy, Delk has 24 points. TD has it going here for the Phoenix Suns tonight.
Tony's going for an all-time career night here, it looks like, and certainly is keeping his Suns close enough to make a run later.
Yeah, his career high, by the way, is 26. 6 to shoot. Divac.
That's good to see Vlade get started early, just as he was early in the game. But Vlade is definitely feeling it tonight, feeling comfortable. I think inside and outside, Chris Dudley just isn't a very good match for Vlade. Vlade can do pretty much what he wants to.
Kidd sets up Dudley. 70 to 55.
But Vlade just forgot that Chris Dudley was any threat to score, and he really isn't very much, but obviously you can't let a guy dunk the ball.
Divac against Dudley. Christie a left wing 3. Rebound Marion.
Well, the Suns, much like the Kings, they like to get out and run, really shoot perimeter shots if they can.
And that's the guy you want to foul, but you want to foul him before he makes the shot, because Chris Dudley is a absolutely horrible free throw shooter. Good defensive player, never has found the touch from the free throw line.
Well, it's just been a career terrible free throw shooter. But getting the ball in too deep, Vlade's got to do his work a little sooner than that. You can't let anybody get the ball in that deep.
Especially Dudley. No disrespect to Dudley. He's been in the league a long time. You can see he makes the free throw. And he's a guy that a lot of teams would love having on a team, because he comes in, he works hard, he plays defense, but he's never been an offensive ball player.
No, he doesn't really even want to score a lot. He's a defender and a rebounder and a ball mover. But if you're going to give him inside position like that, he will score.
Dangerous move by Christie. He thought he was fouled, and here come the Suns. They have made up 5 so far, and Marion makes it 7. Well, it was just a 17-point lead at 70 to 53. It is now 70 to 60.
Well, this Sun team very explosive, as we've said, especially in transition. That's if the Kings quit scoring and let the Suns get out in transition, they're going to score points.
And Christie had it knocked out of his hands. No foul call as he tried to end a 7-0 Phoenix run.
Now, Jason Kidd in the open floor, nobody's better. A little look away, finds Sean Marion because he knows he'll finish.
Funderburk from 18. Lawrence Funderburk. He loves that little 17 to 18 foot face-up pop, and he makes it 72-60.
Little momentum breaker, Lawrence Funderburk establishing that jumper early.
And a foul called on Vlade Divac. Second foul on Divac.
And Steve Jobby made the statement to Vlade Divac, first foul on you. Second one was on Chris Dudley, but he'd already called the first one, caught Vlade. So trying to clean it up inside a little bit.
Steve Jobby, a heck of an official, and I think he's really done a nice job as Delk misfires. He's kept his temper a little bit more in check. When he first came into the league, he was out there, technical here, technical there. He still likes to use it, but I'll tell you, he has developed himself into one of the league's best officials. Robinson, and it's a 10-point game.
Well, Cliff Robinson did not score in the first half, and certainly has been an all-star type scorer for a lot of years, so you know that wasn't going to continue. And what you don't want to have happen is him really get off along with Tony Delk.
thought it was foul. No whistle. Got to stop complaining and just go down and play ball. Christie knocked it away. There will stay Phoenix basketball. Look at Funderburk, hands on the hips, looking at the official, but you just got to forget about it.
Well, yeah, that's one of those you want the call, but here's a look. Tony Delk taking to the basket. Doug Christie comes from off with that offhand and just throws it out. Beautiful block, great timing.
Christie knocks it away. Dudley in the middle with Robinson, Marion, Kidd, and Delk. Dudley did not start the game. Rodney Rogers did, but Dudley here in the third quarter getting the call. Tuning in a little bit late. Chris Webber was ejected in the first quarter. Marion, no. Rebound, Kings.
A nice tip out by Lawrence Funderburk, 2 pages to Rakovic.
And a foul on Dudley. Not letting Divac run to the spot.
Well, Vlade, Divac, Chris Dudley, they are really going at it. Definitely Dudley is trying to get physical with Vlade, and that's what Scott Skiles has him in there for. He knew how valuable Divac was in that first quarter to get the Kings off to a good start.
So Steve Javi warning the players there. Divac against Dudley. Divac. Well, I'll tell you, that just shows you Dudley's been in the league a long time. You wouldn't have seen that 3, 4, 5 years ago, but he's in there, and he's flat out can't stop Vlade Divac.
Well, Vlade Divac is, 7'1", 270 pounds, and with a lot of skill. A lot of guys can't stop him.
Marion.
Well, Marion finally got tired of playing with it and scored it, but boy, just unbelievable athleticism, like we said earlier, as good as any athlete in the NBA.
That's going to help out the rebounding total for Phoenix.
Yeah, now watch Vlade Divac. He gets Chris Dudley inside, spins right back to the basket. He knows that Dudley's just not strong enough to stop him. Gorgeous move. Vlade Divac, the wily, cagey veteran.
Marion with his third foul. 74-64. Suns led 4-2, and since then it's been all Sacramento. Well, a lot of whistles here in the third quarter, Jerry. That foul on Dudley, and that's already the third team foul.
Well, the officials invariably come out in the third quarter and call the game a little tighter, and that's what we're seeing.
Asia. He has 28.
And he used Sean Marion's head for a sight that time. I mean, he just kept Sean Marion on the floor, shot over the top.
77-64. Oh, look at that. Marion answers back over the rim.
Well, Sean's one of those guys, if you just throw it up around the rim, I mean, he can go get it and wait till it gets there. Somewhere in the vicinity.
Right. 77-66. Christie shakes free. Oh, he was going for a big windmill jam. Marion has just picked up his fourth foul on Sean Marion.
Now watch this. Doug Christie is going at it hard. Now watch Sean Marion. Big-time athlete. Boy, close call, but Doug's going to throw it down, but there's Sean Marion right there. Quite honestly, I think it's a call that could have went either way. Certainly not a bad call by any stretch of imagination. The Kings will take it, but Sean Marion made a great athletic play getting up there with Doug Christie.
Christie now is just 2 of 4 from the line. Marion with 4 sits. Rodney Rogers comes in. 77-66. Christie 6 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists.
I think Marion would have got the call had Doug not brought the ball back so far in just an effort to throw it down. It just makes it a tough angle to get a clean block.
Well, Christie the aggressor, and it's almost like Marion really nothing he could do with that hammer-like throwdown by Christie. Delk. In and out. Robinson. Divac with the block. Funderburk against Rogers. And it's Jason Kidd starting back. Tony Delk. He has tied his career high. Divac. Kings don't spread the floor, and Divac will go to the line. Rodney Rogers has picked up his third. And the Phoenix Suns, Jerry, in the penalty. Not that it mattered anyway. It was the shooting foul, but the Kings will shoot free throws for the rest of the quarter.
Nice little pass off Jason Kidd. Tony Delk right to the basket. Not much Pages in position, but Tony can go over the top. But that's what Vlade's doing is what we just love to see. I mean, he is so aggressive offensively. I think without Chris Webber on the floor, Vlade knows he's got to put up bigger numbers, and he certainly is doing that, and he knows he's got to do it.
Well, the McDonald's Family Nights are back. Each McDonald's Family Pack includes 4 Sacramento Kings tickets, 4 McDonald's extra value meals, and an official-sized basketball, all for one low price. Starting tomorrow, these family packs will be available at the Arco Arena box office only. At McDonald's, we love to see you smile. 80-68.
Well, you're certainly seeing Vlade and Page make up for a lot of Webber's offense.
Oh, man. Tony Delk with a career high 28.
Tony Delk is, knocking him down is not going to stop him. He has got the feeling.
$80-70. Divac again will go to the hole. Well, Vlade Divac looks like he's got the young legs tonight, Jerry.
Well, he does. He just feels like he's playing in his backyard tonight because he's just doing what he wants.
Delk.
So's Tony Delk. I think maybe the Kings could try a different strategy on Delk. Don't guard him.
Man,
because
I'm telling you.
I mean, he's had to take 2 or 3 tough shots and all going in.
He's got 30 points. 82-72.
Tony thinks he's back in Kentucky.
And a careless setup. That is Sacramento's 14th turnover. And it stops the clock. 82-72. A shootout here in Sacramento. Sacramento leading by 10. Let's check in with Jim Kozimor. Jim?
Grant, thanks very much. When this ball game got started, we talked about the matchup at the small forward position. 2 of the best young small forwards in Peja Stojakovic and also Sean Marion. Well, let's revisit and take a look at what some of those numbers are saying. Right now, Peja's getting the best of Sean Marion. Last time these 2 teams played, sure, the Kings won, but Marion had 17 points, 10 rebounds. Peja making a huge statement after the career high on Saturday to come out and try to have another very good ball game. Let's go back to the sideline, Grant and Jerry.
All right, Coach, thank you. It's 5:07 third quarter, and a Sacramento-Phoenix showdown where both teams are going back and forth. Marion on the bench with 4, but nobody has been able to stop Tony Delk. TD has a career high 30 points.
Yeah, Tony is in a zone of his own, and he has been in there the whole game. Gee whiz, Kings have got to hope that TD starts to miss a little bit. Doug Christie's going to take him a while and see if he can bother him.
And the putback, no, and free throws upcoming, and the Suns can cut it to the single digits. The Kings had a 17-point lead earlier in this third quarter. Doug Christie on a personal foul, his second. Again, Chris Webber in the Sacramento locker room ejected early in this ball game, that coming in the first quarter.
Well, one thing we're seeing here in the third quarter, Suns starting to rebound the ball better, certainly rebound the ball better than the Kings now, and that's something the Kings have to be aware of. Of course, it's also true Sean Marion was a big part of that. He's no longer in the game.
Well, the Suns within single digits for the first time in a while. 82-74.
Well, Jason Kidd guarding Peja Stojakovic, certainly it's something the Kings could consider posting Peja up, as well as Vlade Divac.
And you see the call. It's on Sacramento. Kings setting a illegal screen out of bounds. I don't know if I've ever seen that call.
I don't know that I have either. I mean, I know it's a rule, but it's not one you see called a lot. But clearly momentum has kind of switched here. Kings have got to get it turned on. Probably Rick Adelman thinking about some roster moves maybe to get his team a little more fired.
And Rogers, no question about that call. And it will go back to Sacramento. Blunt leveling with the foul. 4th foul on Blunt. Scott Skiles got to be very concerned about the foul situation right now. Blunt with 4, Marion with 4. Blunt trying to slow down Divac. The 5 count is underway. Slipped off the hands of Divac.
Yeah, that absolutely just slipped out of his hands.
Delk. 2 more for TD.
Well, this is the Tony Delk show thus far.
Well, they ought to just start denying him the basketball. if they can. 82-76, because when he touches it, it's 2 points. Oh, man, offensive foul on Vlade Divac, his third.
Well, here's Vlade trying to get position, calling a push-off there on Corey Blunt.
Suns down 17, now down 6. And a pass went off well, I thought it was off Vlade. They say no, it was off Phoenix.
Yeah, it looked like it was off Rodney Rogers' shoulder. Really,
Okay.
I think the pass was not going to Rodney. He ran right into it. So Kings get a break.
Well, let's see if they go to Stojakovic here, Jerry. He's been unstoppable. There you go.
Yeah, it seems like pretty good strategy. Get the ball to Page. You know, it's like the Phoenix Suns get the ball to Tony Delk. I don't think you can go wrong either place right now.
85-76. Rogers. Delk with the rebound. And Jason Williams got him from the backside. Foul on Williams, his second.
Now watch Page as he comes up. He gets Jason off of him with a little bit of a ball fake down. That gives him a little room, then just goes up over the top. And that's what he's not as quick as Jason Kidd, but certainly with his size, he can shoot over the top of him.
Non-shooting. Fourth team foul. 85-76. 3 minutes left here in the third. Robinson. 7 points, Sacramento lead.
And Cliff Robinson has really had some tough shooting luck, but you know he's capable of going 15, 20 points in any quarter.
Now, how about Jason Kidd trying to guard Stojakovic?
Well, I think it's just like the Kings are trying to find somebody by Tony Delk. They're trying anything.
Turn the sprinkler systems on. Peja Stojakovic is on fire. Wow, what a shot. 87-78, Stojakovic has tied his career high, and he just picks up the foul. But I'm telling you, Peja Stojakovic is in a major league groove. Nobody can stop him. They're trying to put Jason Kidd on him. He can't stop him, and the Kings lead it here in the third. 87-78 with 2:25 left here in the third quarter of play. And Peja Stojakovic tonight, unstoppable. Look at this, hitting from all over the court. And Peja Stojakovic tonight's in the zone. And it is brought to you by AutoZone. The right part, the right price, and good advice. 33 points on his way to a career high. Already 10 points here in the third.
Well, and he is just making tough shots, too. Certainly, we've seen him making some open shots, but that last shot against Jason Kidd was a spectacular step away.
Now, that man, Tony Delk's been hot, too.
Well, he certainly has. He's in the same, whatever zone Page is in, Tony Delk's in there, too, and that's not many guys get in those zones.
The only thing, the Suns are out rebounding the Kings 10-2 here in the third quarter, Jerry.
And that's not a good sign. I mean, those Kings have got to get back on the board.
87-79. Neither team has showed the ability to stop the other here in the third quarter, Jerry.
No, it's definitely an offensive shootout.
Peja looking with 10 to shoot. Stojakovic. Not this time. Rebound Rogers.
And that's the same thing that the Kings are doing to the Suns early, one and done. Suns are doing the same thing. Kings getting one shot.
Robinson only 4 points in the ball game. Sets up Rogers for a three. Big basket right there. And it's all of a sudden a 5-point game. Suns have come from 17 back and they're within 5. Minute 35 left third quarter.
Page are really trying to post up Jason Kidd. That's not that easy to do.
Uh-oh, Delk breakaway. Tony Delk has 34.
Tony almost lost that ball, but with his great athleticism, able to stay with it, finish the play anyway.
3-point game. And it won't fall. And that's going to be a foul on Phoenix. Blunt holding on to the arm of Vlade Divac, and free throws upcoming. For Blunt, his fourth. Or beg your pardon, that's his fifth now.
Well, certainly Suns in a lot of foul trouble. Chris Dudley will come back in for Corey Blunt.
So Vlade Divac trying to put the Kings up by 5 if he can knock them home. Gives me a chance to tell you as you look at the big guy launch and missed that the new year also means new merchandise still coming into the Kings team store, and you can come shop in the team store during their regular hours from 11 to 6 Monday through Friday. Barry in, Christie out. And boy, I'll tell you, the momentum stays on the side of the Phoenix Suns. 87-84. Divac with 2 big misses. Double on Robinson. Delk. Tony Delk has 36. This is unbelievable. 1-point game.
Well, and Tony Delk saw the defense running at him, just takes it right to the basket. So athletic, a 6'1", goes right up over the big guys.
What a shootout here from Sacramento tonight. Barry splits the defense. Dudley with the rebound. And the Suns will try to take the lead for the first time since it was 4-2. Rogers a 3. And now the Kings can hold for the final opportunity. Sacramento 16-2 when they lead going into the 4th.
Well, you hope that the Kings do get the last shot here.
5 seconds. Give and go. What a setup. And they don't make it. So a 1-point lead. The Suns have made up 16 of the 17-point deficit, but the Kings take the lead into the 4th here on Fox Sports Net. Let Fox Sports Net keep you up to date on the day in sports with the National Sports Report, the most comprehensive sports wrap-up show across the country. All the scores, all the highlights, all the analysis on the National Sports Report. Sugar Bowl highlights. Coop is gone from Ohio State, and a recap of the NBA and NHL. Tonight at 10 only on Fox Sports Net. Well, Joe Maloof hoping the ball club can hang on here in the 4th quarter, leading 87-86. Well, that man there needs some help offensively.
Well, he does, and certainly what the Kings have to do besides find Page a little offensive help needs to get on the board. The Suns out-rebounded the Kings 14-3 in that 3rd quarter, and that's just unacceptable.
Stop by McDonald's today for your choice of 2 sausage McMuffin with egg sandwiches or 2 Big Macs for only $2.22, only $2.22 because of McDonald's. We love to see you smile. Jason Kidd, Tony Delk, Rogers, Robinson, and Dudley. Jackson on Delk. Good matchup there. Robinson. Jackson at Jason Kidd. What a setup to Barry. Awesome play by Bobby Jackson.
It was a gorgeous play, Bobby Jackson. Jason Kidd defended him well. Bobby Jackson found John Barry.
3-point game. Rogers a 3, looking for the tie. Rebound Barry.
NBA is a game of runs. You hope that the Kings are getting ready to start one.
Stojakovic. Now Kidd cuts him off at the foul line. What about Robinson trying to guard Jackson on the wing? 7 to shoot. Funderburg. Jackson now. 20-footer.
And Robinson's size did bother Bobby a little bit on that shot, seeing the big guy 6'11" run at him.
That time, Tony Delk forced it because Bobby Jackson was playing tough defense.
Well, that's 2 physical, little smaller players. Tony Delk thought he was fouled. No call.
Barry now with Robinson on him. 5 to shoot, a long 3. In and out. Kidd gets That's a pick from Dudley. And a foul on Pollard. He knocked it away from Dudley. And for Scott Pollard, his third foul. Non-shooting, first team foul.
Well, Scott Pollard and Chris Dudley sort of getting physical, but Chris Dudley, I don't think is quite ready for a player as physical as Scott Pollard. I think he knocked him a little goofy on that one.
Chris Webber ejected in the first quarter, back in the Sacramento locker room watching this, seeing if his teammates can hang on. Delk. Tony Delk on fire. He has 38.
Just cannot leave Tony Delk. Right now, he is the basket. Must look about 3 times normal size because he knows everything going up's going in.
I didn't know Tony was capable of this type of night. I mean, I really didn't. He's a good player, but I mean, 38 points.
Well, he's never had this kind of night. Certainly in college, he was a big-time scorer, but certainly no one anticipated him being able to do this in an NBA game.
I'll tell you, the Suns, they miss a layup to take the lead. Wow. You don't see that very often from Jason Kidd. Kidd is 4 of 11. Barry, a good look from downtown. Barry, that's a 5-point swing right there. And Phoenix calls a timeout. That's a big, big sequence in this basketball game.
Well, it certainly is. How often does Jason Kidd miss layups? Not very often.
So the 5-point swing gives the Kings the 4-point lead. (92-88). Let's see what Jim Kozimor is up to. Coz.
Well, gang, both the Kings and the Suns pride themselves on defense. Remember, the last time these two teams played, the Kings won the ball game, but in the fourth quarter, the Suns outscored the Kings 33-20. But over the last 9 games, take a look at what the Kings have done defensively. They have really put a hurting on their opposition. They've held them to under 18 points in the fourth quarter of the last 9 games. And look at the shooting percentages. And oh yeah, the most powerful fans on earth might be the thing to get them over the hump. Grant and Jerry, back to you.
Well, we can hardly hear you, Coz. They're on their feet.
Well, the Kings fans are activated, no question.
Rogers from the top of the key. Rodney Rogers has 12, 92-90. Stojakovic on the bench, getting a rest here in the fourth. Funderburk, good look from 17. In and out, Suns can tie or go ahead with a triple.
Absolutely great look for Lawrence Funderburk. Didn't get it to go, but kind of shot you want.
Delk catching, firing, and hitting. Tony Delk has 40 points, and we're tied at 92.
My goodness, I thought Allen Iverson went home with the Philadelphia team. I mean, Tony Delk is putting on an Allen Iverson-like show.
Tony is 17 of 22. Oh, nice catch by Bobby Jackson. Barry sets up Divac from 18. And you can just feel the Phoenix Suns. They are definitely playing at a very high level. They were 17 down. They have tied it up, and now they are looking for their first lead since 4-2 of the first quarter. Rogers. Second team foul. The Suns will inbound.
That's a pretty good foul by John Barry, though. Certainly does not want to let Rodney Rogers get in there and make a move to the basket. So a good help defense just got called for the foul.
Delk. Suns have the lead. Tony Delk has 42, and the Suns lead at 94-92.
I don't know that I've seen anything, any shooting exhibition better than this. I mean, Tony Delk has just been totally unstoppable, making tough shots as well as the easier ones.
6 to shoot. Jackson. Bad shot. And the Suns on a 6-0 run, leading it 94-92. No Chris Webber, ejected in the first quarter. And a foul called on Vlade Divac. A technical foul on Vlade. And that should get the crowd riled up. A technical foul on Vlade Divac.
Well, Vlade really upset. Certainly feels that Chris Dudley is playing him more than just physical. doing a lot of grabbing, holding, and Vlade not very happy with him.
That's the 13th foul.
We see the end. It looks like that Chris Dudley just falls into Vlade Divac.
Delk hasn't missed much tonight, and he misses that one.
Well, like I say, maybe you got to keep him, just leave him open, because he's making all the tough shots. Now here's Jason Kidd as he penetrates. Look at the off angle there. There's Chris Dudley. Looks like he's cleaning out Vlade Divac, but that wasn't the way the call went.
Timeout, Sacramento. They trail 94-92. 7 minutes, 14 seconds left here in the fourth. Experience the difference at Folsom Automall, the official Automall partner of the Sacramento Kings. Tonight's game summary presented by Carl's Jr. Without us, some guys would starve. Pazier with 33, but the story has been Tony Delk, a career high 42. Kings 7 of 11 from beyond the arc, but nobody can stop that man right there, Tony Delk.
Yeah, for the Kings to win this ball game, they're going to have to find a way.
And Rodney Rogers misfires from three. Barry, Jackson, Divac, Stojakovic back in, and Pollard. Divac on the block.
Well, nice move, Vlade. He got the shot he wanted. Both last couple trips, Kings had easy shots, but no reward.
Now the Suns looking for the biggest lead. Marion, a three. Oh, an offensive rebound, taken away. Look at Delk denying Jackson the basketball. Divac sets up Bobby Jackson around Delk. And an offensive foul on Bobby Jackson.
Well, really, Bobby has not been shooting the ball outside as well. He really probably had an easy look here off the perimeter, but takes it into the defense. Certainly, Rodney Rogers was outside that hash mark. The key is he set when... It looks like a pretty good call, actually, because I thought he was a little more movement, but he was moving a little bit after Bobby hit him.
Look at that, 18 turnovers.
Well, Doug Christie back in, going to take a shot at Tony Delk, and certainly this can be the key matchup now the rest of the game.
Well, three white jerseys converge on Delk. Fourth team foul, and Delk will go to the line with the Suns up by 2.
Now watch Tony Delk just going right to the basket, gets past Doug Christie. Scott Pollard really had a chance for a block shot if he just keeps his hand straight up. It comes down, and that's where the call was.
Tony Delk, 43 points.
Well, he has just been absolutely unstoppable.
And again, no disrespect at all to Tony Delk, because we know how good of a player he is, but you don't expect a game like this from a Tony Delk. Allen Iverson, yes. Pazier, yes. But Sean Marion, maybe. But Tony Delk, he has just been, he's playing the best game of his career. And the foul on Phoenix, Dudley out on the perimeter, fouling Vlade Divac. Third foul, or is it the fourth? It's going to be the fourth on Dudley with 5:54 left.
Well, that's why the NBA is so exciting.
That's right.
You have so many players that are capable of putting up big numbers. We've seen Rodney Rogers put up 40. Tonight, he's really not a factor. Cliff Robinson not a factor at all, who's scored over 40 on many occasions.
I'll tell you, kid's doing a heck of a job on Pazier. Divac with 2 to shoot. And that's a basket that will count. And they need it right now to stop the bleeding. 96-94.
And that was a tough hoop. Vlade, that's probably the toughest shot he had all night. Able to get the good roll.
Vlade has 22. And now the foul on Sacramento. And that's going to be foul shots here. Kings are in the penalty.
Watch Vlade Divac trying to move. Dudley, nice job defensively. Makes Vlade take a tough shot off balance and behind, and able to get the nice little roll there. There's Christie trying to guard Tony Delk. Well, Christie felt that was an illegal screen, and I would agree with Christie. You really saw Chris Dudley just throw a little hip as Doug Christie went by. The official saw it the other way.
Delk has 46 points, and the Suns have their biggest lead of the game with 5:25 left. Suns got a break in the first quarter when Chris Webber was ejected for arguing with Benny Adams. Divac double team. Divac and a jump ball. Marion and Divac jump ball.
Yeah, poor spacing that time by the Kings really allowed Sean Marion to dig back and help on Vlade Divac as he's able to dribble the ball.
Marion 6'7", Vlade 7'1", but Marion, he can sky.
Well, he's got long arms. He's much like Scottie Pippen, great athlete. Plays much bigger than his height.
I'll tell you, again, let's talk about Jason Kidd, who is not allowing Pacers Stojakovic to get open here in the fourth quarter. Pollard. Divac. And he's fouled. Oh, look at Dudley throw the elbow. Pollard and Dudley and Steve Javy will send Vlade Divac to the line. Foul is on, actually, Sean Marion.
Now watch Vlade kind of steal this tip a little bit. Here's Scott Pollard going to take the ball up tough. Gets the foul call. Now there's a little tangle there with Dudley and Scott Pollard. So this game definitely heating up a little bit.
Jason Williams is going to check back in. Vlade needs to make some free throws. He's just 6 of 10. JB comes out, Williams in. Now what's Rick Adelman trying to do here by putting Jason Williams into the game?
I think trying to get a little more quickness so he can penetrate, maybe find Peja for some perimeter shots, but as opposed to just having to kind of walk the ball down as the Kings have been doing the last few possessions, and we're really getting no penetration.
There's the foul situation, 98-96. Divac has 24. Jason Kidd. Rebound. Oh, comes to Marion. Another opportunity. Delk. Looks like he shuffled his feet. No whistle. Delk. Rebound Stojakovic.
Well, Tony Delk may be getting a little tired. Certainly would think that he is.
And away from the ball, Ron Olisiak. I think they had a problem with the clock. Double technical foul. A double technical. It's on Rogers. And it's on Pollard. Double technical.
Well, as we said, this game is certainly heating up. Rodney Rogers, Scott Pollard, both tough guys. Really don't go backwards. Kind of got into a little mix-up. Officials caught it quick.
Vlade Divac with 24. He wants to set the screen for Jason. And we're tied at 98.
And Rick Adelman going to Jason brings more quickness in the ball game, and you see the results of it.
Now the question is, how does he do on Jason Kidd?
Well, the main thing is if Jason Kidd's shooting, Tony Delk's not.
And there's a foul, and it's on Kidd offensively, using the off arm. Sacramento basketball.
Watch Jason coming off this screen by Vlade Divac. Just fakes the screen, doesn't use it, goes the other way and up over the top. Now you got a little more ball handling on the floor, a little more quickness on the floor.
Divac was a little bit behind him. Delk. And Tony Delk has a career high. He has a high for any man to ever play in this building. Tony Delk, 48 points. That is an Arco Arena record at the new facility. Not in the first 3 years when the Kings played in the old barn. Jason for 3. Big miss. And the Suns, Dudley foul, which is not all bad. He's not a good free throw shooter. 100 to 98, 3:39 left. Dudley has made his only free throw attempt. Look at that. January 16th, David Robinson, 50, or rather, excuse me, Cliff Robinson, I beg your pardon, 50.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, obviously, we know Cliff Robinson has put up huge numbers at times. Rodney Rogers has. A lot of guys on his Suns team, but Tony Delk is the man tonight, no question about it.
But really, I think the story, I mean, no question on Delk. The story has been Jason Kidd defensively here in the fourth quarter on Peja. Peja has not scored here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, really has not even had a good look. or had the ball. So Kings really need to try to be a little more creative, try to find a way to get Page the ball either as a low post or coming off some screens away from away from the ball.
101-98. Dudley 1 of 2, and the Kings now 3:35 left. In jeopardy of losing back-to-back home games. There's Stojakovic getting a pick. Kid fights through it. Page off the back of the iron. Dudley with the board.
A pretty good look by Page, but Jason Kidd right there making it tough. That's all you can do with a great shooter.
Kidd posting. Williams off the steal. Jason Williams with the defense.
Just led Page just a little bit too much.
Now Stojakovic against Marion. A three. Out of bounds to Phoenix. Timeout. 2:48 left. Dudley is hurt. Looks like it banged his knee. We'll come back. Phoenix basketball. 101-98. (101-98). 2:48 left here in the fourth. And that gets us to tonight's Folsom Link Toyota Keys to Crunch Time, Highway 50 at the Folsom exit under the flag.
Well, you got to rebound the basketball. Kings have done a terrible job here in the second half. And you're not going to win the ball game unless you get 5 guys on the board. Number 2, ball movement, better ball movement. And number 3, you got to make your free throws down the stretch as always.
Pollard with the block.
Well, just a great defensive play by Scott Pollard. Obviously, part of crunch time tonight is also going to be stop Tony Delk, but whether that's possible or not, I really don't know.
Kings have scored only 11 points here in the fourth. Christie against Marion. Christie. And Dudley took it right away. Delk. Delk looking for 50 points and he's fouled. He'll go to the line and he'll try to earn it from the stripe with his team up 101-98.
Well, and Tony Delk just feeling so confident, making all kinds of shots. Now, there's a case where there's not really a good chance to score, but he is feeling so good about his game, he's going at it every time.
Why not?
And why not? Absolutely.
19 of 25 field, 10 of 11 from the line. Well, folks, you can see Ruthie, you can see Yolanda, the Olympians this summer, and right now, call 916-419-WNBA, meeting tomorrow. That's right, call Wednesday to place a deposit on your Monarchs season tickets. 103-98.
Well, right now, the Suns team, they have so much confidence in Tony Delk. They know he's really got it going, so they're going to look for him every trip.
Jason Kidd has not allowed Pazier to score here in the fourth. Divac. Divac, big basket, makes it 103-100. Vlade Divac has 26 points on 9 of 13 shooting. Kings needed on defense here.
Vlade just making tough shots, keeping the Kings close.
Dudley, good foul there. Do not let Dudley make a basket. Send them to the line.
Watch Vlade, nice little move here. Really, Kings don't have anything going, so Vlade just creates up over the top, off the board. And Vlade, his last couple baskets have been very tough hoop.
Tony Delk, by the way, came in averaging 12 points a ball game.
Well, his average is going to go up tonight, isn't it?
Well, give Dudley credit, boy. He's made 3 of 4, and that's very unusual for Dudley.
And he has developed a little bit of a stroke up there. He's got a little bit of backspin on the ball, and the arch certainly looks far different than he did last year at this time.
That's a very good point. He worked on it quite a bit in the offseason.
Until that one, but that...
Well, 1 of 2 for him, and again, we're not trying to be negative here. No, 1 of 2 for him is good.
Absolutely. Scott Skiles would take that every time.
Absolutely. Two-point game.
Well, Kings going to Vlade Divac, knowing that he can score or find somebody.
And another foul. Foul is on Doug Christie.
Watch Vlade Divac. He knows the basket's cleared out behind him, so he goes right at Chris Dudley and up under, right up to the armpit and off the glass. That's just a beautiful move. Now here's Doug Christie on defense, trying to deny Tony Delk the ball if he can. Keeps him really out of bounds.
Dudley to the line. So Dudley, who just made 1 of 2. And again, the Kings, this is not a bad situation.
No, it really
Sacramento.
isn't. You'd rather have Chris Dudley shooting free throws than Tony Delk shooting field goal attempts.
I mean, this is basically what you see with Shaquille O'Neal, with teams fouling him going to the line.
Yeah, and I think Doug Christie knew that. I think Doug Christie all along said, if I can't get to Tony Delk, I'm going to run through the screen because it'll put that guy at the line.
Of course, in this situation, you got to really sell it, because if not, he doesn't have to shoot the free throws.
Exactly. And definitely, I don't think there's any question. I mean,
final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and Doug Christie went right. I mean, he went right into the screen. There's no question about the call.
Well, 1:10 left. Boy, the games have been boring at Arco Arena lately, haven't they?
Just don't have any excitement here at all.
No. Kings looking for the tie. Who's going to be the big man? Barry, Williams, Divac, Stojakovic. Out there with Christie. Vlade looking to tie it. He's hammered. And he'll go to the line.
Well, here's the Kings going to Vlade again, clearing out, giving him some space. Dudley cannot handle him. Here's McPherson come over to help, but both guys just make a Vlade Divac sandwich. And there you see Vlade with 2 free throws, but got to knock him down.
Vlade Divac looking to tie the game. Ronnie Rogers will come in. McPherson comes out. Pollard will check in for John Barry. Kings need rebounding.
Rebounding and defense, and Rick Adelman playing a little offense and defense, using his bench extremely well.
But the Kings only have 1 timeout, plus a 20. Phoenix has 2 timeouts and a 20. Divac trying to tie the game at 1:04. Timeout, Phoenix. Brand new ball game. We'll be back. It will be Phoenix basketball. We've got a dandy here on Fox Sports Net. Well, the regional sports report is on the air tonight and every night at 11. Get a half hour's worth of the day of sports, Bay Area style. That's tonight at 11 p.m. It's the regional sports report only on Fox Sports Net. Well, if you've missed the majority of this ball game, you missed a lot. Tony Delk, 50 points. He's the only one to do that in this building. And Tony Delk has done it all.
Well, Tony Delk just established that outside shot early. And once it was established, he didn't stop. And just making him inside, outside, certainly comfortable 3, comfortable the 20-foot range, able to drive to the basket. But just an unbelievable scoring performance here tonight. 19 out of 25.
Scott Skiles has had to take, of course, Dudley out of the ball game. And now it's Kidd in there with Blunt, Delk, Rogers, Marion. We're tied at 1:04. Chris Webber was ejected early in the first quarter for arguing a foul call. 10 to shoot. Delk. Rebound, Peja. Timeout, Sacramento. Delk has been huge, but he just missed his biggest shot of the night. We'll come back. Sacramento basketball on Fox Sports Net. Well, after a blistering 3 quarters, the pace has slowed down here in the fourth. We're tied at 1:04. Big story in this fourth quarter has been the defense of Jason Kidd on Peja Stojakovic.
Well, Jason's just a great basketball player. You know, whether he's scoring or not, he does something good. But he has really got into Peja and really denied him a good look, really, here in the fourth quarter. So I think that's why the Kings, you know, you want to go to Vlade Divac right now. I don't think you can get as good a shots going to Peja right off. You may go to Vlade and he can find Peja.
Corey Blunt guarding. And here's the TD miss just a moment ago.
Yeah, as this play develops here, Tony Delk actually leaves. Bobby Jackson leaves Tony Delk for a brief second, gives Tony probably the easiest shot he's had in the whole half, but sometimes they don't go in.
All right, let's see what they do here. Corey Blunt guarding Divac. Kings have only a 20-second timeout remaining.
Well, Rick Edelman would probably like to get a real good shot quick, but probably not going to happen just for a 2-for-1, which now really just can't happen. So they'll be going to Vlade Divac if possible.
Oh, boy, Jason left his feet. Marion, and the Suns have the lead. And now Rick Edelman will call it 20. Jason Williams left his feet. And the Suns with a big defensive play. And now the Kings are on the short end of a 106-104 score. And Sacramento, no timeouts left. Jason made the Cardinal sin. He left his feet, and he ran out of an option.
Now here's trying to feed the ball to Vlade. Gets up in the air, and of course he sees no way to pass. Sean Marion reads the play perfectly, gets the steal, takes the ball to the basket.
Lucky there was no foul call there.
Very fortunate, but yeah, that's just a cardinal mistake. Certainly leaving your feet anytime to pass unless you are going to make the pass is always dangerous, certainly more so out on the floor.
I'll tell you, they were really letting Blunt and Divac fight for position on the block. You got to give Blunt credit because I think he fouled Vlade early, but then he was able to recover front Vlade, and Jason could not make the pass.
Yeah, that was a case where once Blunt had fronted Vlade, the best thing to do is move the ball back to the high post. And now Vlade either gets the ball there, which he doesn't, but now as Blunt fronts him, you really need to move the basketball. Jason really had left his feet by that time.
Well, same story. This time, though, the Kings down by 2. Divac and Williams. Now it's Peja. Oh, Divac! We're tied. 6 seconds left. Could we be going to overtime for the second game in a row? We'll find out. A full timeout. Phoenix only has a 20-second timeout left. 106-106. We'll be back for the finish. Boy, what a ball game. Vlade Divac with 32 points. He's 11 of 15, 11 rebounds, and here's another look.
Watch the aggressive play of Vlade. Peja puts up the shot. Vlade's working for position, gets it in. Maybe he got by with a little push, but that's what you got to be, is aggressive down the stretch of ball games. Vlade Divac was. Look at the numbers.
Is it Delk that's going to take the final shot? Who's going to be on him? Jackson on Delk. Christie is guarding Kidd.
Well, what you got to do, number one, is you can't foul, and you got to get the rebound.
Absolutely. Oh, man. Barry almost knocked that ball away. Christie on Kidd. Here we go. It's the finish. Well, you called that one. You got to get the rebound. Phoenix had 2 opportunities. How about an extra 5 minutes, Jerry?
Let's do it. We're used to it.
Wow.
We'll work overtime.
We'll come back. 106-106. Jason Kidd. Switch of the hands. The putback, no. We'll play at least 5 more. We are tied at 106. 5 minutes of basketball left. Vlade Divac has been tremendous tonight in the absence of Chris Webber, who was ejected in the first quarter.
Well, he really has. He's been the one guy that consistently the Kings could go to for points. Certainly been very aggressive on the boards as well. Here you see him getting on the offensive board, keeping the ball alive, taking it right to the Phoenix Suns. Just simply been the go-to guy for the Kings tonight. Even with Peja putting up huge numbers, Vlade has been the guy down the stretch, especially the fourth quarter. Look at that beautiful little up and under move by Vlade Divac.
Well, Suns have a lot of players in foul trouble. Marion with 5, Blunt with 5. Vlade Divac, you see, been a while since he reached the plateau of 30. Kings 1-3. Both their losses this year at home have been in OT.
Well, they've been a terrific team. Philadelphia 76ers, Los Angeles Lakers.
Yep.
So, and of course, the Phoenix Suns are another extremely good team.
I would think Tony Delk, and even though he's in tremendous shape, he's got to be getting a little tired. He has not sat down at all in the second half.
Yeah, he and Jason Kidd, they're just like Energizer bunnies, though. I think they can go all night.
Rodgers and the Suns strike first in OT. It's Jason Williams, Doug Christie, Pollard, Divac, and Stojakovic. Again, The defense by Jason Kidd in this fourth quarter and the start of overtime on Peja has been something. Williams from the foul line. Ooh, left it off to the left.
That's a good move by Jason. Really, that's the kind of shot he needs to take. Just simply wasn't on line.
Rogers cut off. Bad shot. Pollard with the rebound. Credit Divac with the defense.
Yeah, Vlade Divac bothered that shot. Rodney Rogers, I don't think I thought Vlade would run at him.
A 2. No, actually it was a 3. Christie. And he's fouled. That's on Blunt. And he is just fouled out of the ball game.
Well, King's very fortunate there. Doug Christie right around the basket, able to get the Jason Williams miss. Here you see Jason gets a good look. Off a little hard. Really, Jason Kidd and Tony Delk kind of fight for it, knock it loose. Doug Christie there. Sometimes, hey, better to be lucky than good.
So Blunt out. That limits the options by Scott Skiles. Dudley in. Dudley has 4 fouls. Christie, and he hits the first. Christie has missed 2 on the evening, but that one was perfect.
Well, the other thing it does by having Chris Dudley there, really, Vlade was able to score on Dudley much easier than Corey Blunt. Number 1, and number 2 is you don't mind fouling Chris Dudley anytime you can.
That's right. And nobody other than Pollard, who's on the bench. Well, Pollard rather has 5. I beg your pardon. He has 5 fouls. Divac has 4. Delk head fake on Christie. He's not buying it. Christie got a hand on it. What defense? Kings looking for the lead. Stojakovic now posting. It's been a while for Peja. And now the Suns break out 4-on-2. Delk on the wing, wide open. Boy, Tony Delk had to get it over Doug Christie, and the Suns have the lead right back.
Well, just an outstanding play by Tony Delk, because Doug Christie came up big and made him change the shot, but Tony was able to do it.
52 for TD. Kings now looking to tie. A 3. Lead for Sacramento. They lead by 1.
Big shot, Jay Will. Always has had, always will have big courage.
111, 110. And Rogers, 1-point lead for Phoenix. Pollard may have gotten away with a 6th foul there on a little hack on the arm of Rodney Rogers. Peja Stojakovic has not scored since the 3rd quarter. Jason, baseline. Oh! Marion with the board. Good look by Jason.
Just a great look. Yeah, you thought that was going in, but now you got to have a stop.
2:20 left in overtime. Kidd, good look. Stojakovic. And the rebound.
Well, both Jasons had nice, easy 15-footers. Both missed.
Peja got hit in the eye on that rebound. There was no call. Look at Dudley holding on to Divac. Pollard open. Pollard.
Great look from Vlade Divac. Scott Pollard just powered to the basket. Took Sean Marion out of the way.
113, 112. 10 to shoot. Kidd. Marion, 5 to shoot. Look at that Sacramento defense, Jay.
Just absolutely great perimeter defense. Suns continue to try to penetrate, weren't able to do so.
Best fans in the NBA on their feet. Williams. Yes.
Again, a great pass play, Divac.
Timeout, Phoenix. What passing? 115, 112, Sacramento. Sacramento by 3 in overtime, Jerry.
Well, and Vlade Divac making all the plays. Here you'll see a great look. Vlade Divac into Scott Pollard, who powers his way up and through Sean Marion. And hey, Vlade Divac finds Jay Will on a little curl to the basket. Jay Will up over Sean Marion, a nice kiss off the glass. Vlade Divac, look at those numbers. Hey, doing it all.
115, 112. If Chris Dudley touches the ball, foul him. Skiles was calling for an illegal D. Delk. Tony Delk fouled by Christie with 58 seconds left. Delk is 12 of 13 from the line. 20 of 27 floor. He's got 52 points. Scott Skiles is right. He's arguing for an illegal D, and he's right. Vlade was playing an illegal defense. Skiles arguing. He says Vlade never got up, and you know what? He's right. And Steve Javi just told him to zip it.
Well, Scott Skiles better be careful. Actually, if they called the illegal defense, you wouldn't see Tony Delk shooting the free throw. So
I'll tell you, Javi giving Skiles a lot of room. They're still going at it. Delk trying to make it a one-point game. What a performance by Tony Delk tonight. The best we've ever seen here in Arco, but he misses. Boy, a basket here would be huge.
Well, patience by the Kings is what they need on offense. Run your offense, get the ball where you want it, which is preferably Vlade Divac. Get some ball movement away from Vlade Divac.
Divac milking the clock. Divac. And a foul on Dudley. Divac will go to the line with 36 seconds remaining. Fifth foul on Dudley.
Now watch Vlade Divac going to take Chris Dudley into the paint and spin away, try to go right up through the defense. There's the defense. Actually, if Dudley had had his arms up straight, he would probably get the call, but he had them extended and drew the contact.
That's a very good point, Jerry. The arms were not straight up and down. Divac, yes.
No, that's what the officials are going to look for in that situation.
That's exactly right. Look at Skiles still going at it with Javi. A free throw here would be tremendous. Divac. Yes! What a ball game. A 20-second timeout. A 20-second timeout called by the Phoenix Suns. Well, Jerry, we have seen two tremendous back-to-back ball games in this very building. Philadelphia on Saturday, Phoenix tonight. It's as good as it gets during the regular season.
Well, it really is. It's playoff atmosphere. Obviously, it's playoff teams, so that's what you're going to get. But it's so amazing with this Kings team. I mean, each night they're a new team, a different team. Without a Chris Webber, you're seeing Vlade Divac put up all-star numbers, as Peja Stojakovic. But hey, this game is a long way from over.
You got that right. Vlade Divac, a career high, 34 points. Tony Delk, a career high, 53. The chance of Vlade emanating from the crowd here in Sacramento.
As they should be. This guy has put the Kings ahead.
Rogers. Kidd. Oh, Jason Kidd at 2. 26 seconds left. 117, 115. Find your point guard. Kings are going to use all the clock as possible here. And Delk fouls Jason Williams. He's 2 of 2 from the line. 14 seconds left. Phoenix down to 1 timeout left.
Well, as we said, crunch time, it always is make your free throws. Vlade Divac hit 2 big ones. Jay Will's got to step up there and knock both these down.
Boy, Jason Williams has been huge here.
Now here's Jason Kidd just really powering the ball up through. Jason Williams had pretty good position, but the officials are going to make the players decide this.
Williams, and it's a 2-possession game. That may do it. A lot of time, 119, 115. And it will be Phoenix basketball. Oh, if you don't like this game, you don't like NBA basketball. It has been a dandy. An absolute dandy tonight from Arco Arena. What an environment for NBA basketball. And that man right there, without Chris Webber, who was ejected in the first quarter with a career high 34 points and 12 rebounds. not to mention 6 assists. He's done it all for Sacramento.
Well, I don't know if he's washed the equipment or anything, but other than that, he has done everything. He has been the guy. You know, certainly Page has been spectacular, but down the stretch in the fourth quarter is Vlade Divac almost making every play. Was involved in every single offensive play, made all the big rebounds. So Vlade Divac has been truly an all-star tonight, as good as we've ever seen him.
Questions from the fans. You listen to the radio, you read the papers. They want to know what has happened to Vlade. Where has Vlade Divac been? I think tonight's game illustrates Vlade's right there. He hasn't gone anywhere. It's just with Chris Webber. He has to play a different role. Without Chris tonight, he has stepped up. He has taken this team on his shoulders, and he has taken them 14 seconds away from the 21st victory.
Yeah, and I think as we see the graphics here, but Vlade Divac, sometimes I think this team probably forgets about Vlade too much. There's not many centers that can guard him. I think sometimes he's taken for granted too much. Tonight, you can see what Vlade can do when he is made an integral part of the offense, and tonight he was more than that.
Jerry, what's the strategy here on defense?
Well, what you want to do is make him shoot jump shots if you can. You know, certainly you don't want to give him a 3, but you don't want to foul him. Number one is you want to make them make a basket if they're going to make it. Listen, do not give them any points with the clock stopped. So don't foul. Make them work for a jump shot.
Rogers. Christie, a 3 from Kidd. Marion, big rebound, and a putback with 7 seconds left.
Well, a great rebound by Sean Marion.
Jason Williams trying to play keep away, and now he will go right back down to the other end with 6.1 left. But you made a good point. Don't allow a 3 in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, so the Kings played about as well as you can. Here's Jason Kidd, has a pretty good look at it, but still it's a jump shot. And he was because Marion just has to make a spectacular rebound. That's all you can. It's a great player making a great play.
Jason Williams made 2 a moment ago. 2 more here would pretty much solidify the victory. I'll tell you, Jason Williams has been huge for Sacramento in the latter part of the fourth. He came in with 4.5 minutes left, Jerry. He has been tremendous on both sides of the court.
Well, he really has. He made the one mistake jumping in the air, but other than that, he has just played spectacular and did an outstanding job defensively, quite honestly, too.
Well, that's going to make it awfully tough for the Phoenix Suns. 121 to 117. Rick Adelman came over and talked to Steve Javie about something to do with the clock. There's Rick Adelman giving instructions to his defense. 6.1 left, and I don't understand the discussion at the scoring table. I do know that Phoenix is out of timeouts.
Yeah, now what Rick wants to do, he wants to pick up his guys, make sure that as soon as they cross the line, he puts pressure on them, but no fouls. No fouls on the 3. Just make sure that they pick up the ball.
Kidd from 28 feet. Sacramento wins the ball game. What a game, Jerry Reynolds. Vlade Divac, a career night with 34. And the Kings start the new year off with a big, big victory. We saw some tremendous individual performances at Arco Arena as the Kings in overtime win it 121 to 117. We'll be back on Fox Sports Net. Fox Sports Net was